Okay. So now to some more interesting and some more nice things. I wanted you guys to hear about Vishnu and Vishnu's background and about the background of Vishnu's great music that we, at least me, and as I have seen from YouTube, many others also enjoy your music.
People try to trip in, but
yeah,
it's taking time. It's taking gradual process. I have to just respect the process and let it go, because the beginning of the year wasn't an easy one for me. The beginning of the year, I lost all content on YouTube. I lost everything on YouTube, but I learned something from there also. I learned to create, move all my content to a brand content, and I learned how to bring them back. And though I felt a little bit down, I didn't feel hurt or pain. I only felt like I've learned some lessons. And so it's a gradual process, because everything looking nice. It's promising. The future is promising. And as long as I have you here with me, I think we can hit the record and get connected here. Boom, 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 boom. House party. You know what I mean? Get Connected Turku is here. You know what I mean? So much things we can do together. And
Yeah, and when things are dark, we wanted you guys to see the sun, because sun is shining, and so we shouldn't focus on the darkness, because there's light also.
Light outside, Because now, God has given us the sun, so at least we can keep the heat on the coronavirus. Me, I call it coronavirus, not coronavirus. Coronavirus. The reason why coronavirus, because I feel like some people just sat in some laboratory and just cook it, You know what I mean?
You might be right.
At least, now we are paving way for innovation. Some people who come out with medicine, innovate some remedies and rudimental cures. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So first topic, I really, as a music enthusiast and interested about music, I really want to know about your background in music, and I would like to hear where and how and with who did this musical so-called awakening happened for you back in the days in 25 years ago.
Okay. Well, when I was a little kid, I grew up from a compound home, like where you grow up, we have your auntie, your uncle next door, your nephew, everybody in a big house, and my auntie, some of them making clothes, my uncle making clothes, but one of my uncle, he likes to play a lot of Bob Marley, and that's my mother's side of the family. And my mother's side of the family, they were more of like teachers, and and they don't want him to be a Rastaman, but he really likes Bob Marley. But I quite remember one time he was like, I want to be a Rastaman, and Grandma said to him, if you become a Rastaman, me and you will die. So we went, as a little kids, our aunties and things, when they, after sewing and they get tired, they can just say, hey, all of you, all the kids come, today dancing competition, singing competition. So we'll do the dancing competition, we win sweets, cakes, then we grew up, and in primary school we were singing Homeboys, Yeah, sometimes we run away from home, go play. And, it's like a music community, because we have this thing called cantata. We have cantata where there's acting and singing, and then they organize these things in our neighborhood. So we grew up. I have friends in my neighborhood that are DJs. Some are, it's like we grew up doing these things. It's like, that's the only thing that makes you forget about the economy. You know, the economy down there, the only thing that makes you forget about the economy and the policies and the politics is like entertainment. Because we find a way to even turn the entertainment and everything into music and the politics and into music to make it, you know, for the people to forget their pain. So I grew up around it, and then I graduated from high school. Even when I was in high school, I participated in a drama club. I was in a cadet. I was very active in, you know, school and social activity. I did karate, arts, you know. And then after senior high school, I wanted to do music. But then, you know, because I had friends that have intuition about music, and they were already in the industry, and they were doing this like graphics. They were like managing artists. You get me? So they really awakened me to the call of music and the business side of it. So not just like making music. You know, they taught me like the cost of going to the studio, because my first demo was not recorded in the studio. It was recorded in my apartment.
Yeah.
You see, when I met the engineer we formed a group called HTCI, is Talented Inspiration, with Maputo, and then we formed African Inspiration, that is with Tilly J, Kalinata is in America, Kalinata and Nico, and then I joined this group, Nature. Too tough, but their management is called Nature something, I've forgotten the name. And then that group I joined, that started that really blossomed my music. Then I joined. I was also in a group called Lyrical Psychic, where Jem was my abbot. Lyrical Psychic was like a rap battle group, you know. And that group I joined in when I like later after dropping out of high school, and then, you know, after making that music and bringing the studio to their home, and then I asked the guy, yo, is that how to make the music? He said, yeah. The best way for you to enjoy your music, if you don't want to be stressed, is to learn to play the instrument. Because after he brought the equipment to my room, it took us, because then we were a group, me and my friend called Jerry Ropak. He took us to the beach, was having the guitar, we sang and he played, you know. So I got some rough idea, and then I was working at a beach resort. And then one day, this media house, production house, they came over and they saw me playing my guitar. So then they said, yo, we need somebody in the video to, you know, feature and play the guitar. And I was like, oh yeah, I can do it. So then after I featured it, I did a guitar in the video. The producer then was Atate, Nature Works. Atate Nature Works. Yeah. Then he said, yo, if you can play song, your own song, let me see. And I play life goes on, oh, yeah. Situation I do, not life be struggle. Life goes on, oh. Then he said, yo, come to my studio. Then that time Michael Banfo was the manager for the whole project called GH Factor. So that was when I met Michael Banfo. But then, you know, I went to, like in my country, I went to a first class school, Accra Academy. It's not like any, in society, where I'm from, in society, when you say you're from Accra Academy, people expect you to have some, you know. Yeah, so when I went, I met a whole heap of artists in the studio. And they were giving so much energy. You get me? So much energy, because everybody wants to get to the face of the producer. So the producer can say, okay, engineer, work on this artist, you know? So I could see people trying to do the favor me some kind of shit. But then I know about administration, and I already have introduction in the music. So I know that anytime I see the producer, I must get paid. You get me? And anytime I see my manager, I must get recorded. You see, but that is where a lot of the artists in the building got it confused. They wanted to deal with the producer. You see, but they forgot that the producer didn't bring the engineer into the studio. It was the manager that brought the engineer into the studio. And the producer also, the manager went to one of the good schools also. Like he went to St. Thomas. And that's a boys' school. It's one of the first class schools. So it was like, yo, then one day I closed and I was going. I closed for my section, I was going home. And I was like, yo, I want to talk to the producer because I'm going home. They need to give me transport home. Then the guys were like, no, you can't talk to the producer. You go and talk to the manager. Oh, okay. Then the manager took me out and was like, yo, he asked of my background, my educational background. And I told him everything. And it was like, he told me what was going on in the studio. That he's having a management problem. And the artists don't know their place, but they don't know what they are doing wrong to themselves. And I don't want to talk to them about it because I brought them and they don't want to respect and they want to jump the course. They don't know even what they are getting now. They must get more than that. You get me? So then he said to me, you sound, I said, yo, I have contacts already in Europe and blah, blah, blah. They really want to help me. Someone is ready to give me beats. And are you serious? I'm saying, yeah. Blah, blah. They say, okay, when the person send you all those things, I can help you record it. Then I did this song, Change. No matter what prison you are into, not gun free is the power of your imagination. Unified diversity, change in the right direction. So we did that song for one brother in UK, and he mastered it, and he tried to put it online. And then luckily I got this guy also, Denny from USA, who came to Ghana to make a documentary on a project. Then he heard the music, was like, yo, I need to shoot video for this. And then it started going on. Then I got signed with a record label in Germany. I was made ambassador for Global New Generation Ghana, president, founder. But then they never liked my way because they wanted to fit me into a religious concept. They wanted me to either be a Christian or a Muslim, and I'm like, yo, I've tested all the faith, and I'm an African, and I know myself. Yo, they went online, and I'm an African, I'm a true African, and I know that those things are not my real faith. They are just names after my colonization.
Yeah.
But what the spirituality and the holiness that we practice was not called Islam and was not called Christianity. It was more broader than that. You get me? And the director in Germany and some of the guys in Kenya, that the chain have been lifted from their leg into their brains. They don't really get me, They had to make a whole heap of noise about it. But now I'm here in Finland. So that's my story. My story is just a long story.
Yeah.
Now I have to take some of them out.
Of course.
You have to tell me about yourself too, because you look very brilliant to me.
So yeah, my story. Something happened to me when I was 12 years old. My relationship music changed significantly because of one Oasis record back then, and then I really started listening music in a totally different way than before that, and it's from now this year's perspective, thinking I started listening in a different way than most of the people music, and yeah, it has been a slow progress
Yeah.
that I now, like 2 years ago, I started making some music events with other people here, and that's, many things has happened to me in a just recently, but my relationship with music has always been there.
Brother. More now
Yeah.
your relationship with music is more bigger than it was before.
Yeah, broader and
Yes,
yeah, it has evolved, but yeah, maybe the basic thing about it hasn't changed. The core,
yeah.
the core thing hasn't changed.
Well, I noticed that with you when you listen to music, you even talk about the elements in the music, and your feedback is on point.
Okay.
Your feedback is really on point. Yeah, man.
I would like to hear your thinking that how your relationship with music has evolved, and what things you see the same, and how has it been?
Music is like, you say, music and sewing, music and making clothes. It's like one is my getaway and one is my escape.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
when I have these things around me, nobody can drain me. Even when I feel hurt and I go into that liquor room, because that is how I grew up. That is how I like when I was making music, playing the guitar, rapping with my friends on the beach, because we stay closer. I would say, to me, I say I live on 3rd Street, because you have to come on, cross two main streets, then you get to the ocean, then you get to the beach. So you cross this one, then you cross another one, and then you cross the main one, and then you're on the beach. So with me, I always say, because like growing up, like I was born somewhere and I was brought to my grandma, you know what I mean? I was brought to my grandma as a little kid, and even I was speaking like 2 languages. I was trying to speak my own dialect, and then I was speaking the pidgin English and English, like, and then I got very hungry, like making music, and my grandma, she's a teacher. You get me? My aunties, my mama, she's a teacher, like coming from those kind of family. And one day I went to him, I was like, Grandma, I'm hungry. I said, yo, you graduated senior secondary school, you need to stop asking me for food. If you want money, you want food, your uncles are making clothes in the shop. You can either go to Ataya, or go to Braobi, or go and see Paju, or go and see you know, he started mentioning names that I can go and learn the trade, and then you can make money for yourself. And even if you want to make music with it, you make music. So when I started, it wasn't like I didn't master music. I knew about music and the marketing and all those things. I know about the scary shit. Even some of my friends, I got them managers whilst I was their artist. I was like an artist with them in a group, and you know, some of them, it was very funny. I brought a manager. I brought a manager to come and look at the group, and then well, we went to the studio and they were acting like, you know, yo, I'm the big man, and I sat there quietly, but because I know if I stop talking to the manager, the project will stop going on, because they don't know the management. The manager, a lot of artists, they don't know the manager, the relationship between themselves and their manager, themselves and their producer, themselves and their engineer, you know, and it makes the thing very, very complicated. And especially when you find yourself to be an artist who is very aware and not looking for favor because you know how much you are worth. Everybody is talking behind you, and everybody is going behind you, and you know, everybody, you know, pointing fingers at you and even trying to cut off your shot. So I just try to learn the sewing. And my uncle sometimes, like, I'll be sewing and he was like, I can get a call. You know, you have to come to the studio. And you go into the studio, if you can make the clothes, you can build your own studio, Oh yeah. Then I have to sit down. Yeah. Everything I'm putting even in the music now is coming from the fashion.
Oh.
It's now music is trying to give me something little B, like maybe 3 months I can get like something little B. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. But everything I do, when I was in Ghana, when you come to my apartment, it's sewing machine studio. Maybe I don't have a sound card, but I have a Cubase. Because when I got signed, they gave me all those softwares, so I have them. I was playing with them and making clothes. And before early morning, I have like 10 kids' dresses done. I have to drop them, and those dresses, maybe 5 of them, their parents sell food. So I know I have my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner. You know what I mean? And then even I try to live those kind of life here, and sometimes I feel some of my fellow Africans, they're like, yo, Vishnu, you too loud, yeah? And I'm like, yo, I'm too loud, but I paid for your cigarette, man. You know what I mean? So music is like everything in my life. You get me? And because it is, I don't mess around with it. It's not like an hobby.
Okay.
It's like my way of life.
Yeah.
It makes me free. Even if I'm tense, if I'm going to do something and I'm tense, and I start to, put some dancing and some, you get me? I become free. If you shout plenty, or I'm dealing with you and I go and I put the headphone on and I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean?
I really feel that.
Yeah, man. So, and I grew up listening to Bob Marley.